Hello everyone, welcome back to Bacha Aviation. Today I'll be teaching you how to make your very own model airplane terminal as fast and as cheap as possible by hinting a little bit of realism. Now of course you can have the standard Gemijets 1400 terminal with the 1400 gates and 1400 vehicles. But of course when I started my model airplane career, I did not have any model airports. So I figured out how to make my own model airplane out of boxes, books, Legos, and etc. So I will teach you today how to make a model airport with using items and to make it realistic and very cheap for the average person. And the four models that I've chosen to do for testing to show you how it will look. I have this LL 747-400 that anybody can buy right now. Aeromexico 787-9 new livery. Again, anybody can buy right now. US Airways A319, you can find it. And United Airlines ERJ 175. I've chosen these four models because it ranges from big wide body, smaller wide body, average aircraft, and finally regional airplanes. So what you can start with is, of course, the standard Gemijets boxes. Now, of course, you have to have a lot of Gemijets boxes to put them on 2 and 2, which is my preferred way, which is the best way, and put 2 boxes like this. It makes it look good. It's tall. It feels like a model airport. But the problem is that a lot of people, you don't have that many Gemijets boxes. You can also do 1 by 1, but I prefer 2 by 2 because, actually, no, 1 by 1, sorry. 2 by 2 if you want to make it a large airport like Denver, let's say, for example. So my favorite for making model airplanes, which is the most exact, is if you get everyone has a Darwin Wimpy book. You can use the Darwin Wimpy books very well. It makes a very nice, just like the box, but everyone has them. It's a very good height for, let's say, for 747. It's not too tall, but not too little in terms of height. You can do 2 books stacked on each other or 1. Now, of course, anybody can make a terminal out of wood, out of boxes, of course. But no, and it's not very hard to find, gates, like the standard Herpa and Gemijets gates. They're expensive. It's like almost sometimes it feels like you're paying $10 for one. So it's very expensive for a gate. What I used in the beginning was by making Lego gates. Now it's very easy. You just need the two 1 by 1 pieces, a 1 by 4 piece, as you can see, as you can see, one of these things that goes up, and 1 by 2, and another 2 by 2. Well, it's very easy to make these gates, and it works very well for me for like Gemijets models because it can kind of fit. It feels realistic. Wait, let me just make realistic. As you can see, it feels realistic. It covers a good area, and usually what you want to do is you want to make like a couple of them and make them attached. Now, the reason why you want to have these 1 by 1 pieces, if you see 1 by 1 pieces, is because it holds the aircraft. Because with the Gemijets terminal, it has little things that you can poke into so that you can keep these stands up. So usually you want to keep it a bit separate from each other. So that's how it looks. I like the 2 by 2 with the Darwin Wimpy books because it's better for the gate and for the aircraft. And all I have to do is you can add, if you like, another gate. Like you can expand it to make it a double gate bridge. But I like a 1 gate bridge for like a 747 or like an A320. And all you do is just put it next to it. It feels realistic. It's not too fake. And you can just put the aircraft here. Let me get the camera. So what you want to do is, you see, it looks like a gate. It actually looks realistic. And the more you make it match with the color scheme of, let's say, a blue, it looks more realistic than, what do you call it? It makes it more realistic. And it's very cheap because everyone has Legos, of course. and even fits A319s. Even though it seems a bit big, you can use smaller pieces. And I would not advise using for ERJs or smaller jets like CRJ regional jets, because it does kind of look realistic because you have to like jump in reality, kind of fun. But I would not advise using these gates for regional aircraft. And one of the hardest, I gotta say, the most expensive, most extreme cost is with, of course, the little vehicles. These little vehicles are very expensive, and very hard to produce and make. These are usually like, it's like $2 one. No, actually, it's like $2 one with shipping to buy secondhand from eBay, which is a fair cost. Again, I figured out that Legos are the most useful piece for this. Usually, when I use this fuel truck, is this 1x2 flat. It has little edges, and it kind of looks like a fuel truck. And you can just put it under the wings, and it looks realistic. It's a very cheap alternative to paying like $2. And again, everyone has Legos because very cheap option. And another expensive thing is, the little vehicle that puts the aircraft away with, the pushback vehicle that pushes the aircraft back. I use this piece usually because it's very easy to use it. Like here at the ERJ, you can put you see the top piece here? You can put it here, and let me demonstrate it. It's a very good piece to use because if you see here, you can use the piece and attach it to the aircraft. And then you can just bing, bing, bing. It's actually very realistic. And again, if you don't have, or not willing to pay like $2 for the thing, it's a very good alternative to the Gemini Jets one. So I'm just gonna put it right here. And next aircraft, next airport vehicle that I think is a very good option is to use these Lego pieces. See these ones? As you can see, this Lego piece, they're very useful. They look like little, they're the little offload things to take off the baggage. Excuse me, I can't figure out the name right now. But you can put them right at the baggage hold for smaller airplanes, and it looks like you're unloading baggage. And to add the baggage, the little vehicles out of the baggage, you can use these circular fat pieces and add them to the aircraft. So it looks like it's they're taking off luggage off the aircraft. For larger airplanes, you want to use a 1x2 flat piece, as you see here, and this this little piece, I don't know what to call it, but very confusing piece. But you add them together, you can make it for a larger aircraft, as you see here for the 747, and it looks pretty realistic. Again, you can add the 00 pieces. And the next piece I like to use is, again, for me with the meal carts, what I really like is I use this, excuse me, wait, I need to find a camera. Here we go. We have a 1x1 with this 1x1 carrier piece. It looks kind of weird, but it looks like it's grabbing. See here? And if you put out the aircraft in general, excuse me, you put out the 747, you can add, see here, as a little piece, so it looks like you're uploading luggage. And that's how it kind of looks. It doesn't look realistic as, Gemini Jets one, like right here, but it's very useful for if you're trying to find something cheap alternative to making an airport. And this is how I used to make my model airplanes. This is a very cheap way. Again, everyone has Legos and books. Very useful way. Like when I saw in the beginning tutorials, it's like they took a block of wood, painted the wood, added details, but this way I can make it cheaper than usual and added more detail. And if you have any questions on how making if you like to see how to make like a control tower or other ground vehicles, I'll do in another video. If you have any questions, comment, and thank you for watching this video. Bye.